It's all coming out. Pfizer exec concedes COVID-19 vaccine was not tested on preventing transmission before release. Remember they installed President Biden? Remember he said that you get the vaccines, you're not going to get sick. I don't even need to put the clip in here. Go ahead, search it for yourself. Take it as a virtual stroll. Or his president when he was a vice president. You can keep your doctor. Remember that? That was from Obama. Pfizer executive concedes COVID-19 vaccine was not tested on preventing transmission before release. A Pfizer executive said Monday that neither she nor other Pfizer officials knew whether its COVID vaccine uh, would stop transmission before entering the market last year. Now, right here, I like to let you know. I talked about it in the past that Pfizer's CEO himself didn't uh, uh, didn't take their own vaccine. A member of the European Parliament, Rob Ross, asked during a session, was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? Did we know about stopping immunization before it entered the market? Pfizer's Janine Small, president of the International Developed Markets, said in response, no. You know, we had to really move at the speed of science to know what is taking place in the market. Gives me Nancy Pelosi vibes, where we have to pass the law in order to find out what's in it. Why would we read it? Just pass it. Roos of Netherlands argued in a Twitter video Monday that following Small's comments to him, millions of people around the world were duped by pharmaceutical companies and governments. Millions of people worldwide felt forced to get vaccinated because of the myth that you do it for others. Remember the virtue signaling of all these masked people too? I care for your safety. Roos said now it's turned out to be a cheap lie and should be exposed, he added. Epoch Times has contacted Pfizer for comment. Uh, the mandates, the threats, the cancellation of promised positions for promotion, rescinding of the job offers, threats of being kicked out of a house, threats of being separated from your loved ones. Those are some of the things that I experienced. Not all, but a good chunk of that list. And people that were refused treatment by the federally backed drug dealers. You call them medical doctors, but families that showed up with ivermectin. All they wanted the doctor to do was to administer it, and they refused. because the government told them to. Forget the Hippocratic oath, do no harm. I've said it a million times. I'm a lifelong student of history and political horseplay, for lack of a better term. Smell of blood carries very far. There are a lot of people that are going to pay for stuff like this. It will not be forgotten. It will not be forgotten. It will not be forgotten. Merciful Christ in his heaven. What was said? Food and Drug Administration wrote in a late 2020 that there was no data available to determine whether the vaccine would prevent transmission and for how long it would protect against transmission of SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes COVID-19. At this time, data are not available to make a determination about how long the vaccine will provide protection. Nor is there evidence that the vaccine prevents transmission of SARS-CoV-2 from person to person. The agency specifically noted. Meanwhile, Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla around the same time said his firm was not certain if those who receive its mRNA vaccine will be able to transmit COVID-19 to other people. I think this is something that needs to be examined. We are not certain about that right now, Borla told NBC News in December 2020 in response to question about transmissibility. Former White House medical advisor Dr. Deborah Birx in June revealed that there was evidence in December 2020 that individuals who received COVID-19 vaccines, including Pfizer's, would still transmit the virus. We knew early in January 2021, in late December of 2020, that reinfection was occurring after natural infection. Birx, the White House COVID-19 response coordinator during the Trump administration, told members of the Congress this year. I said I wasn't going to Google it. You should do it yourself, just for sake of you going down memory lane. But there it is. Not going to get COVID. Right there. And by the way, this COVID is not his first rodeo. Anybody remembers 80s AIDS scare? That was his first rodeo. A number of officials in the United States and around the world had claimed COVID-19 vaccines could prevent transmission. Among them, President Joe Biden in July 2021 remarked that you're not going to get, I quote, you're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations. Right there. Chief Biden administration medical advisor Anthony Fauci in May 2021 said in a CBS interview that vaccinated people are dead ends for COVID-19, suggesting they cannot transmit the virus when you get vaccinated. You not only protect your own health and that of the family, but also you contribute to the community health by preventing the spread of virus throughout the community, Fauci said. Two months later, in late July of that year, Fauci said that vaccinated people are capable of transmitting the virus. Like water off the back of a duck. In the coming months, Fauci, Biden, CDC Director L.I.N.C, and other pivoted to say the vaccine prevents a severe disease, hospitalization, and death from COVID-19. This is by Jack Phillips, breaking news reporter. I'm not even going to go into how much of the managing stockholders of Pfizer are Chinese. Talked about that in the past. This is all publicly available information. Look at what they did to my country, to my countrymen. Lord save us. For God and country.